What you're about to watch is a special private training session for people who bought a copy of my book, Built to Serve. Enjoy. What is up, everybody?
Yes.
It's happening. Today's theme was from Andrew, who's in the house. Why are you limiting your YouTube playlist to only 12 videos? Somebody's diving down deep into the rabbit hole on my channel there. I like it. And you're trying to reverse engineer. We were going pretty hardcore on a playlist strategy for a while, but I don't think we've created a new playlist in a long time. I could be wrong, but it's not a big part of our strategy because playlists are not ranking super well. They're not ranking in search and they're not ranking in suggested. So we're not really, the only use case that I really believe in from a playlist perspective is for your channel homepage. So when you go to somebody's homepage, I can even show you guys. Let me load up my screen.
I actually learned about your playlist. I think you call it the playlist hack, the URL.
Yeah.
I learned that from you ages ago. And so I guess you're saying that's not as beneficial as it maybe once was before, maybe, perhaps.
Oh, the playlist URL hack is huge.
Oh, that's still working for you. Oh, right on. Cool.
But not like making playlists. Okay, so there's two things. Let's talk about this. And if you guys have questions, we'll get through it. So here's my channel, right? When somebody goes to your channel, this is important that you want to have this set up right. So you have a banner, you have your picture. This is still similar like Fast to Freedom stuff. Like have the basics covered off. I want to see your picture, make it the same on all your profile accounts. So that's my picture everywhere I go. Now on Discord, that's my picture. Whatever links you want to promote. So my biggest call to action is subscribe to the channel, but this could be your lead magnet. This could be to get people onto your email list. You have a link, so you should use that. The biggest benefit of playlists is here. So when somebody comes to your channel, usually what will happen is they'll land on some video and then they'll say, oh, who's this person, Evan Carmichael? Then they go check out the channel, right? This setup becomes important. So these are all playlists that you can then choose what you want to put on here that you feel best represent. So I do uploads, popular uploads, and then interviews that I've done, and then other content that I'm promoting. It becomes less and less important as you scroll down, but you want to be able to show that there's content here. Where a lot of channels at the beginning, there's nothing there. It's just the uploads page. So I don't really know where to go next. So it's more of credibility and also helping people explore through some of the content on your channel. This is the biggest value of playlists. The playlist hack that I would recommend, Andrew. And Andrew, maybe we're diving, like this is what Andrew does for business. So we're diving into the weeds, but hopefully valuable for everybody. This is it here. So when you on our channel, the uploads playlist here, you click play all and you take this thing here. This is the and list equals. You copy that. So I'm just doing Control C, or you can here do copy, right? Then if I want to ever share a video, let's say I want to share Deepak Chopra, and I want to tell Zan how to calm his mind, right? I'm going to send this out. What we're going to do is, okay, this is timestamp. So normally this would be the link, right? And I would send this out. Now, sending to Zan doesn't matter, but if we're going to send it to our newsletter list or we're going to share it on social, we put the thing that we just copied, we paste it at the end. And what it's going to do is put this video inside our uploads playlist. So now I have Deepak Chopra. This is the video. I'm still watching it, but now it's inside a playlist of 11,000 videos. So when I finish watching this, it'll just take me to the next video. So Andrew, the strategy still really, really, really works. Just instead of picking the playlist one at a time, just put them inside your uploads playlist.
Yeah, and then, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's why I was curious.
Yeah, but again, this is only valuable if you're going to share it wide. Newsletters, social media accounts, website. If I'm just sending it to Zane, it doesn't matter. Like it's not worth the extra effort because there's one person who's going to see it. So that's the playlist hack. There we go. And we're back. And what you find is some people will just have it open all day long. And now you get lots of watch time and you get lots of people then getting recommended to your content. Welcome everybody. We got some new faces joining. I see Bonnie back in the house. Lady Lexi is just a machine. I don't know how she does all this stuff. It's fantastic. But yeah, we're here. We were talking a little bit about Discord at the start. You guys know my new favorite. We got to get everybody on the Discord. Keep chatting with me. It's the best way to get access to me. Come on, Zane. We need you on Discord, man. But yeah, so we have some extra time. This is pretty informal. You put up your hand or use the little reaction at the bottom to say you have a question, and we'll do some Q&A. So who wants to go first? What do you got? How can I help? Sylvain, let's go. You can go first.
Yeah. So what do you, as far as LinkedIn,
Yep.
What we do with that, for example, that's my platform I like to use.
Yep.
So I've got over 10,000 contact there.
Right.
But I don't see much going on as far as posting or whatever, and the algorithm, and how to get some movement in there. I don't see nothing attractive, I would say.
What kind of content are you making? What are you trying to sell ultimately?
Ultimately, I'm in financial, so it's more of two sides. One is the financial side. The other one is more of a bit like Think and Grow Rich, the philosophy of making money.
And who are you trying to attract? Like, who are your ideal customers?
But now, after I went through your book.
All right, good. Yeah, it's a good start.
With the Who, it seems to be the 40+ male, married with children. That should be the part of the profile.
Okay. So LinkedIn can be a great way for that. I'd be looking at, you have two options. You can go and you can play with both of them. You can go with the short, quick hit, almost entertainment style financial advice, but something that's more inspirational that captures me. And then the second would be long form, like go deep and tell me how to do something. I'd be looking at 3 to 5 hashtags that relate to your audience. And you can see on the feed which ones you've actually gotten some traction for. I don't know if you've ever ranked for any of the hashtags that you've put in, or if you're using hashtags, but it's a way for people to discover the content. And you'll see on your alerts if you've ever ranked for one. So that's a good indicator if you have. And then LinkedIn becomes a lot about the community too, of when you see your target avatar in the comments, then you start connecting with them. So if you post something, you thank them for posting, you go follow them, add them as a contact on LinkedIn, and you can ask the question on the chat, on the actual post. How did you find me? Or what did you think of this? Or do you have any questions for me? Or you trying to engage some dialogue. And then I would split test to see which one you're getting more reaction to. Do the short, quick hits, like Think and Grow Rich. You could take one-liners from Think and Grow Rich and turn them into a little picture and post to LinkedIn with a couple hashtags and see if you're getting some results from it. Otherwise, usually if you're looking at getting customers, it's the deep, longer form content that works better, but then forces people to either do it on their own or take you up on working with you, right? So like if Andrew was going to go post about YouTube and he made this long, 300, 500,000 word post on LinkedIn about YouTube, it's a good audience. There's business people there, some entrepreneurs who are there. People will either do one of two things. If they like it, they'll either try to reverse engineer what Andrew's doing and never hire him and never want to work with him and don't have the budget, and they'll just do it on their own or try. And others will look at it and say, oh my gosh, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't want to do all that work. I'm just going to hire him. And they reach out. But it's showing that you're actually really good at what you're doing. So I'll play with both. LinkedIn can be a great platform. The enthusiasm's kind of dropped off a little bit for LinkedIn. It definitely had a content moment where when you post, it reached a lot of brand new people. But recently, there aren't a ton of people who are super hyped on organic LinkedIn. So it becomes a lot about the community. So when you respond to people when you see your avatar in the comments, you respond, you engage with them, they'll keep coming back, and more people like them will get exposed to your content too.
Okay, great. So I'll finish with that. But since I've got already 10,000 contact, and those contact, there's the green dot means they're alive.
They're online. They're alive.
Because I say alive because most of the time on LinkedIn, they're not there.
Yeah, that's true.
Those one are alive. So most of my 10,000 are alive. That means I could send them a message or whatever, which I didn't do nothing yet. I'm ready to do it.
Yeah.
So I could go in my messages, look the one that replied to me, not only, okay, yes, I connect, but reply, and start to make some exchange and bring some value directly via the message. And I don't know if I need their email at that point, if I could make a relationship via the message.
Yeah, for sure. When was the last time you posted actual content to your LinkedIn?
3 months.
Okay, so I would update that. I would post, if you're going to do some outreach, I think it's great. I would post a long form, think like 300 to 1,000 words. Let's go deep on something. Make it skimmable, like put bold and make it easy to read and skim, so it's not just a giant wall of text. And then go to your contacts, see who's online, see who looks like who. Like you can see everybody's face for the most part. So if you're targeting men in their 40s, you're basically looking for all the men in their 40s who are online, who are alive. I love it. And then message them and say, hey, happy Thursday or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be anything overwhelming. But what they're going to do is some people will just ignore you. They say, hey, happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great day. Right. Or, hey, like if you want to go further, you can look at their profile and see what they're posting. But what they're going to do, it's like, who's this Sylvain guy? Why did I say like yes to being his contact? I don't even remember this guy, right? Some people. So what they're going to do is then go check out your profile. Before writing back to you, they're going to go to your profile. What's on your profile? This beautiful long post that you just created that's going to teach them, not something that, oh, he hasn't posted in 3 months. Why is he reaching out to me?
Mm-hmm,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So just setting that up so that you have a really good piece of content. And that can be the rhythm is, hey, post a really good piece of content, then DM 200 people who are already following you, who are in your target market. Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. I like it. Lady Lexi in the house. What do we got?
Hi, Evan. I was wondering, I've been doing a couple of IG lives, more than a couple actually. And I notice people, they put in those comments and all that stuff. Sometimes they ask a question. And when you close it down, there's the statistics. But once you save it, I can still see the video on IGTV, but I don't know, where do I find the comments and statistics? Or is it all gone? Where can I find it? Or do I need to really go through the whole hour long? Well, I don't believe I.
The only way if you really want to keep it is to do a screen record while you're doing it. Because once it's saved and goes to IGTV, well, you have the option. You don't have to save it, but it's better to save it. It goes to IGTV, but all the comments are gone. You won't see it. So if you want to, then when you go live, you screen record, and then you'd have to go back and watch the screen record to see when people join and what they said. It's kind of a pain, but yeah, Instagram doesn't give you that data. It depends how many people join. Like if 8 people join, it's not that difficult. Mm-hmm. If 800 people join, it becomes almost impossible. But it's not a bad strategy to start. If you don't remember everybody who joins, which you probably won't, you'll have a bunch of people join who you've never heard of. And then if you did the screen record and then just quickly scroll through and say, oh, new person, because it shows when they join. So you can see at least who joined. You could then video DM them to say, hey, Pauline, thank you for joining my live stream. I appreciate you. Send, and it takes.
Yeah, exactly. Because I see that there are comments I would like to respond to, but not when I'm talking. So I may address it for a sec, but that's about it. So
when you're doing a live, it's always great to make it about the community.
Mm-hmm.
If people feel like you're answering their questions, then they'll stick around. If they feel like you're just talking and you're not engaging with them, then they won't, right? So there's some lives that you'll see like just somebody on stage and their assistant or something is holding up their phone. Like people always bounce because they know already there's going to be zero engagement on here. Mm-hmm. So I would encourage you to make it as interactive as possible. Now, if you're doing an interview or something, then maybe not. Yeah. Like I just was on with Tariq from Movement Makers on Instagram, and he was interviewing me. And so I'm not paying attention to the chat because the whole point is it's an interview. But if it's just you, then I would try to make it as engaging as possible. Yeah, and then just set up screen record and go through and video. Like I did at the beginning, I didn't do that, but anybody who liked any of my stuff or anybody who started following me, I would sit in the car while my wife was at Costco and video DM people one by one. Hey, Ray, thank you for following, man. Appreciate you. Happy Sunday. Hey, Trenton. Hey, thank you for following, man. Appreciate you. Happy Sunday. Hey, Mary. Thank you for following. It's like one at a time, at a time, at a time, at a time, at a time. But that means something because nobody ever reaches out to people. And now they want to dive deeper into your content. And those 8 to 12 seconds of you doing that makes a big difference. It's easier. Like doing a screen record is a little harder to then go through everything. It's easier for people who are following you. But at the beginning, it's easy because you don't have many people following you. So how many new people followed you, between today and yesterday? Great. That's an easy DM. But then also how many people how many people hearted your message? Maybe that's more now. Or how many people commented? Maybe that's more now. You could DM all those people with a video just to say thank you. They're way more likely to come back, right? It's not a sustainable, You got it?
That was going to be my next question. I see that I've got more followers, so I can see who they are. So I sent them a video or the free ebook. What do I do?
Send them a video.
Okay, say, hey. And a short, a long one? What's in there?
Super quick. Like, hey, Shalanda, thank you for following me. I really appreciate you. Happy Sunday. Send.
So like ones you send to us every now and then.
Yeah, I send it to you guys, Movement Makers. Mm-hmm. I'll send every now and then. Or I'll just send them to people that I'm thinking of randomly. It means a lot. Like when people get it, like, oh my gosh, he took 8 seconds. Bonnie's like saying yes. He took 8 seconds to say, it doesn't take that much time, but it means a lot to make it personal because they followed you for a reason. If Shalanda's going to follow you, there's something that she liked about your message that she's following you. And she's not expecting you to then send her a message back. Right? Because she didn't even email, she didn't even DM you. But you're DMing her to say, Shalanda, thank you so much.
Okay, so I don't ask about what is it you like or what would you like to know more about or...
That will come because they're going to watch it and they say, Shalanda's then going to say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the video. Nobody's ever done this for me. I appreciate you. Okay. And then you can say, what made you want to follow me in the first place? Right? And it creates a dialogue.
Okay,
because if you lead with Shalanda, thank you for following me. By the way, I've got this special offer on right now that I think you'd really find interesting. She's feeling sold to, and she's not going to go and do the thing, right?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right, let's squeeze Ray in here. What do you got, Ray?
Hey, how's it going, Evan? Last week I was actually speaking to Zan about my. Because I did the exercise for the one word and for the credo, or whatever. But I was kind of like stuck on a few words, and he told me to combine a few words. I got here motivation, freedom, action, and faith. Now I actually got another one, energy, that I actually put in there. But he told me to kind of combine the action and the motivation and the freedom and the faith. But I was trying to see about making sure I had like a one word or a credo, I guess, to put with it. Is it something I'm not doing that maybe to combine those, or how do I need to go about that?
I mean, all of those are great words. It's awesome. Now you got to think in the combining, like, is there one that's the parent of the others?
Man, that's a good question.
So like, are there some of them siblings, but then one is the parent? Like from this is what everything else flows from.
I would like to say, I guess I would say freedom, maybe, or I like motivation. Yeah.
You have kids?
Yes, I got 2 kids.
What would you Tell them you have one word that you're going to die tomorrow. They have one word that they can remember. Sorry to make it so gruesome, but that's it. You can write down one piece. You're not allowed to talk to them ever again. There's one word you get to write and give it to them. What are you giving them?
I'd like to feel like that's a phrase. Like, don't limit yourself. Like,
you can only have one word or nothing. I just left without giving us anything.
I would like to say limitless.
There you go. But so this is interesting. Like that exercise now forced a new word that wasn't even on your original list.
Okay.
Right? Like limitless wasn't one of your 5 that you came up with. I wrote down, I maybe missed one, but motivation, freedom, action, faith, energy. But maybe all of those sit under limitless.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Right? So under limitless, okay, I would love to go from the 5 to the 3. So which of the 5, how can we get that down to 3 that then, hey, well, what does being limitless look like? Well, it means that you're taking action, and it means that you have energy, and it means that you have faith, or whatever the 3 would kind of fit underneath.
Okay.
So then limitless becomes a message to your kids, becomes a message to the world, becomes a message still to yourself, like what the next level of limitless looks like for Ray Jackson, etc.
Okay.
But so what it does is helps force the questions like, hey, we made this list of 5, and maybe the parent is limitless and the kids are the ones underneath it.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
What helps is you don't have to have it perfect from the start. Sit on it. So sit on limitless for a week and come back next week and tell us how you're feeling.
Okay.
And it's either going to feel more and more right or more wrong. And if it feels more and more wrong, it doesn't mean you're against limitless. It just means that it's not the thing. Or every day, maybe it's like, no, like limitless. This is starting to feel more, no, like this is it. Right? And if it feels more and more right, then you're on the right path.
Okay. And also, as far as your profession and what you do, of course, you want to kind of like have those intermingle with each other. I know I'm pretty much a business coach and a marketing strategist, and doing my business, I'm doing more so marketing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that faith and the freedom kind of like goes along with that, having more of a visual aid to like look towards the future. Would that make that more congruent with who I am as a person? Since that's my
like
freedom?
The people who will hire you will be the ones who believe the thing that you believe. So all of these could work. Like if you're going to help people with their marketing and you're going to go with limitless, then help people feel limitless with their business. That I feel stuck. I feel limited in where my business is going right now. And with Ray Jackson, he's going to give me some killer marketing to help my business become limitless.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
And that, well, it's your word. See, the fact that you like it means we're on the right path, right? The fact that that's good means we're on the right path, which is great. So then it becomes also about, okay, you're going to help your customers feel limitless. How do you help your customer feel limitless? Because that's what marketing then becomes, is you're going to help the people who they're serving become limitless. So if you're helping me sell Built to Serve, then you're going to help Built to Serve readers feel limitless as well. So the marketing takes on a different tone. And all of them, again, could work, but it's like, what are you more? I want you saying, that's good. So then your clients say, that's good, right?
All right. Okay.
So that's the process. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you again next week. Much love, everybody. If you want to get a copy of Built to Serve and join us live for our next training with me to ask your questions, you can go get the book right there next to me, right there. I'll see you there. I'll see you to get the book. It's a good one. Much love.